The Espada are without a doubt one of the most notable villain groups in the Bleach universe. Perhaps second only to the Stanritters in terms of power, their eccentric personalities and unique set of abilities make the Espada elite villains and pretty interesting characters in general. Whereas the true forms and real powers of the Espada are topics that have been extensively covered, the symbolism of each Espada and how that symbolism manifests in each of their personas is not a subject often discussed. In this video, I'll be doing a detailed analysis of what each Espada symbolizes and how these allegories are reflected in their powers and demeanor. But before we get to the video, do me a solid and support the channel by hitting that subscribe button and liking this video. We got a lot of great stuff coming your way, so stay tuned. Now back to the video. Each of the Espada holds dominion over a different aspect of death. This means that each of the Espada represents 10 different paths that can lead to death. The nature of each of these aspects that they represent materialize in each of the Espada's individual abilities, their ideologies, their personalities, and overall form the basis of their existence. With that said, let's start this analysis from the bottom of the Espada ranks. Espada number 9, Aroniro Arurueri, symbolizes the path of greed or avarice. Aroniro's true power is referred to as gluttoneria, which when loosely translated means gluttony. Aroniro's ability is the power to devour a holo or shinigami and receive all the victim's abilities and ryatsu. This power to devour almost anything is synonymous to the most basic trademark of greed, which is an insatiable appetite. Aroniro's claim that he has consumed over 33,000 holos further exposes his insatiability and further emphasizes why he is the patron of greed among the Espada. Espada number 8, Xylaporo Grants, symbolizes the path of madness or insanity. Xyl's power gives him several bizarre abilities, such as the power to clone his opponent and turn the clones against his opponents. He also has the power to produce replica clone dolls of his opponents, which he can telepathically control or harm like voodoo dolls. Lastly, Xyl also has the power to respawn and revive himself if he's killed. Xyl's bizarre powers generally defy basic rationality and perfectly correspond to the aspect of madness which he represents. The 7th Espada, Zomari Roru, symbolizes the path of intoxication or ecstasy. Zomari's real power, known as Amor, gives him the ability to take full control of any object that one of his eyes gazes upon when he is in his release state. This ability to control anything and move it like a puppet is synonymous with intoxication, whose euphoric stupor usually gives the illusion of control and dominance. In addition to his power, Zomari's overconfident and manic persona is a direct manifestation of the aspect of intoxication which he stands for. The 6th Espada, Grimjo Yegayax, represents the path of destruction. While in his release state, Grimjo's powers works into a formidable force of destruction. We particularly see this symbolism during his devastating clash with Ishigo, where his attacks pack so much destructive power that they easily destroy the buildings and landscape of Las Noches. Aside from his powerful attacks, Grimjo's defiant, arrogant, and hostile demeanor also match the vice of destruction which he embodies. Noitora Gilga, Espada number 5, represents the path of wretchedness or despair. Noitora is always presented in somewhat of a wicked and foul mood in most of the set appearances he makes in Bleach. Noitora's wickedness drives him to attempt to kill Grimjo after he loses to Ishigo, despite them being allies. More of his treachery is exposed after we learn the desperate methods he used to rise through the Espada ranks, such as tricking, assaulting, and almost killing Neliel. Later, Noitora taps into his anguish as a source of power to fight against Zaraki. This combination of an absolutely wretched persona along with his considerable powers make it understandable why he is the allegory for despair. The 4th Espada, Ulquiorra Sifa, represents the path of emptiness or nothingness. In his release stage, Ulquiorra takes on a dark bat-like form, which is a suitable allegory for the aspect which he stands for. In many contexts, the bat is a creature that is usually associated with desolation. As a complement to his symbolic look, Ulquiorra also has a very dark personality, and his emptiness is repeatedly exhibited when he attempts to understand human relationships but ultimately fails to do so. Espada number 3, Tier Haribel, is a metaphor for the path of sacrifice. From the onset of our first appearance in the arrancar arc, Haribel is presented as a powerful and level-headed leader. We get evidence of this by the way she interacts with the Fashion, who seem to adore and respect her strength. Perhaps one of the clearer examples why Haribel is a perfect fit to symbolize sacrifice is her origin story. We discover in the arrancar arc that Haribel lays her life on the line to save Milagros and her friends, who later end up becoming her subjects to show their gratitude. This background, along with her loyalty and dedication to fight for Aizen, are some of the tokens that qualify her to represent the aspect of sacrifice. The second, Espada, Barragan Luisenberg, represents the aspect of age or time. Barragan's physical appearance of an old man and that of a skeleton when he is in his release state are odes to the aspect of senescence which he stands for. Both of Barragan's physical forms communicate the absoluteness of time and how in the end, aging and death are inevitable, even for those who manage to escape all other aspects of death. Barragan's power of senescentia, which grants him the ability to age objects at an accelerated rate, further emphasize his symbolic relevance and why he is a patron of age and time. Espada number 1, Coyote Stark, is a representation of the aspect of isolation. Stark's origin story is a perfect explanation of why he is the patron of isolation. Prior to his meeting with Aizen, it is revealed that Stark had been a loner for a long time and wandered Hueco trying to seek comrades who were equal or stronger than him, but ultimately failed. This isolation leads him to split his soul and give rise to Lilynet, who becomes his only companion. In addition to this background, Stark is presented as an introvert who dislikes leading and general interaction with the other Espada, instead preferring to chill out in his quarters napping. Stark's persona and lonesome history justify why he is the allegory for isolation. Yami Lago, Espada number 0, symbolizes the aspect of rage. Among the most direct reasons for this association is his power, which is called ira, which when translated means anger. Yami releases his power using the command enrage, which is also a synonym of rage. Additionally, Yami seems to benefit from rage since he grows bigger and stronger the more enraged he gets. Aside from the direct allusions in his power's name, Yami's persona also substantiates why he is associated with rage. Yami has very brutish and impulsive tendencies, which are attributes closely associated with anger, and this is why he is the patron of rage. And there you have it. That is what each of the Espada represents. Do you think this was an accurate analysis? Feel free to add anything I might have left out, and let's keep the conversation going in the comment section. If you did like the video, subscribe, like and share so that this video can reach the millions of Bleach fans out there. This is a new channel and I'm looking to do more in-depth videos about the Bleach universe, so keep your eyes peeled for more videos. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you on the next one.